Okay guys, so today you are going to be making a box plot, and so what I want everyone to do right now is go ahead and glue your notes into your math journal. Maybe pause it, look at your pieces of data. We're going to be looking at how much a hoodie costs. And then we're going to be filling out a couple more things. You may want to pause that as well, so that way you can fill in a couple of these blanks. So today, like I said, we're going to be working on creating some box plots. So you guys can see we have 3 vocabulary words here. So a box plot, it's a type of graph that shows how data are distributed by using the least value, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the greatest values. And so that's what all these numbers right here are. So we're going to be filling in those numbers. It's not hard. This is actually my favorite graph to make. So your lower quartile, the way that I think of it, it's the median of the lower half of data. And what's another word for median? I hope that you're saying middle. So it's like we're going to find the median, and then we're going to find the median of the lower half of numbers, that's lower quartile, and then the upper half of the numbers, that's the upper quartile. And so you have 3 steps to do that. So steps for making a box plot. You're going to order the numbers from least to greatest, just like we've talked about. So that way you guys can do, look at it to find the median, just like we learned. Step 2, you're going to find the median and put a line through it, through the number to mark it, because we really want to know where the median is. And then step 3, you're going to find the upper and lower quartiles by dividing the data at the median. So there's going to be a top half and a bottom half, and then you're going to find the middle data on both sides. So it's you're going to find the median after you find the median. Okay, so like I said, here's our data. It's the cost of hoodies. So I asked 9 people how much they paid for a hoodie. So we have $35, $42, $24, $47, $60, $28, $50, $75, and $32. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and move into step 1. I'm going to go ahead and move into step 1. I'm going to order them from least to greatest. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to try to find my smallest number. My smallest number is 24. So I'm just going to put a mark next to it so that I know that I'm using it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 24. I'm going to look for my next number. It's going to be 28. Look for my next one. We have 32. My next number, still in the 30s, we have a 35. Oh, sorry guys. After 35, it looks like I have a 42, then a 47. We have a 50. Looking at what we have left, my next one is 60, and then my very last one is 75. Okay, so so I did step 1. I ordered my numbers from least to greatest. Step 2, I need to find the median and then put a line through it. So I'm going to encourage you guys not to be putting slashes through these numbers, so that way you'll still be able to see them. So like I did before, I'm just going to put a dot underneath them. I'm going to take one off the front, off the back, off the front, back, front, back, front, back. Okay, so right here, this is where my median is. I'm just going to put an M in there so I know that's my median. So my median is 42. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Oh, and I do this every time because I just get really excited to find the median. So we're going to start filling in these pieces of data right here. These are the easiest ones, the lowest number and the highest number, because we use those for our box plot. The lowest number, it's the smallest number we have. So the smallest number I have is 24. And the biggest number I have, you guys should be looking at it, it's 75. So we're going to fill that in. We found our median, which is 42. And then here's step 3, to find the upper and lower quartile. So like I said, you are going to be finding the median after you find the median. So this is the lower quartile, it's the bottom half, upper quartile, top half. So I'm going to take one from the front and then from the back. And then I'm left with 2 numbers here, and you guys know what you do when you're left with 2 numbers. when you're left with two numbers, you're going to add them up and divide by 2. We're looking for a middle number, but I know that my middle number here is actually going to be 30 because 30 is in between 28 and 32. So my lower quartile is going to be 30. And then I'm going to do the same thing to find my upper quartile. I'm going to take one from the front and then from the back, and then here I'm left with two numbers again. Oh, and 30 is my quartile. So I'm looking for a number that's in between 50 and 60. So, so like I said yesterday, or the day before, to some classes anyways, so you can always add them up and then divide by 2. So I have 110, and then if I divide that by 2, 2 can go into 1 0 times, 2 can go into 11 5 times. Okay, we're going to bring down a 0. Oops. Okay, so I know that so the middle of 50 and 60 is going to be 55, and that's going to be my other quartile. So my upper quartile is going to be 55. And so here's the fun part. At this point, we get to look at our number line, and we are going to make a box plot. So it's kind of fun. So let me show you how you're going to do that. So first, you're going to mark where your lowest and your highest numbers are. So my lowest number is at 24, so I'm going to come over here. I didn't even start with a 24, so my dot is going to be just right before 25. So I'm going to put a dot to show where my data begins, and then I'm going to put a dot to show where my data ends. So it ends at 75. So I have two nice dots. But we're not making a dot plot, we're making a box plot. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to my lower quartile, which is 30, and I'm going to start creating my box. So here's the beginning of my box. My median is at 42, so I'm going to go in between 40 and 45. Okay, and then my last quartile, my upper quartile is 55, so I'm going to set my line at 55 as well. And then you get to connect your boxes. Okay. And then from your boxes, you're going to draw a line to the beginning and end of your data. Okay. And so my lower quartile, it's 24. I apologize. My lowest number is 24. My lower quartile is going to begin at 30. My median is at 42, so I'm just going to mark that. My upper quartile is at 55, and then my highest number is at 75. Thank you. So when you guys are working on this today, it is not hard. This is my favorite one to do because you're finding the median of the median. So I just want to review with you really quickly one more time. So you are going to take all of your data, and you're going to number it from least to greatest. So you can see that I did that right here. So it's going to be from least to greatest. You're going to fill out these 5 pieces of information every time. I want to know what your lowest number is, your highest number, your lower quartile, upper quartile, and then your median. And so the way that you find that, so obviously your lowest number is the smallest number, highest number is your highest number. You're going to find the median first by taking one off the front, one off the back. You guys are familiar with that. And then to find the lower quartile, it's the median of the median. So after you find your median, you're going to work with your lower half of your data. So there will be times when you guys have enough pieces of data that you just have one number here, which is great, if that would apply. But so you would take one off the front, one off the back, and then in this case you're left with 2 numbers. So again, you're finding the middle of these 2 numbers, and then I just mark it with a Q for quartile. Same with the upper quartile. Take one off the front, off the back. I'm left with 2 numbers, and they're not right next to each other, and so like I said, you need to find the middle of those 2 numbers. You can do that by adding them together, and then dividing it by 2. And then that'll give you your upper quartile and lower quartile. So when you're creating your box plot, you want to put your 2 dots just to signify like where your data begins and ends. And then you're just going to mark where your quartiles are, and then that is your box plot. You're going to do awesome with it. Good luck today. Please make sure you guys are referencing your math journal. Everything you need is right in front of you. Okay, bye guys.